Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, Darth Devious, and today I've got a very special review for you from Sideshow Collectibles. It is my first 6-scale figure, really high-end figure, and it is Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith himself. As you see here, the box has a nice embossed image of Darth Vader there. And Sideshow logo, 6-scale. This box is huge. It barely fits in my review space. On the side, it says Star Wars, Darth Vader. As you see, it's a very thick box as well. It had 2 layers inside of it of plastic. Top had nothing. Bottom had nothing. The side is the same. And on the back, you get a really nice image of their figure. Alright. SideshowCollectibles.com, blah blah blah. I'm going to try and open this up real quick. And this is not easy. It's a very large, very thick box. Shoebox style. Come on, come on. Almost got it. Almost got it. There we go. Tissue paper! Alright. And we come inside, and you'll see, here's the figure again, but with the Anakin Skywalker head on it. And this just slides out, and you can see the 2 trays that had all the accessories and everything else. All that good stuff. And here we have Darth Vader himself out of his package. And this, I'm telling you, has got to be one of the greatest figures I have ever gotten my hands on. He really is spectacular. I'll spin him around here. As you can see. I also want to say, this is the first Darth Vader figure I've had in my collection that the cape actually sits over his shoulders the proper way. I've never had one do that. Nothing that Mattel's brought us, or Hasbro, or anybody else, any other line, has had the cape sit on his shoulders right. This does. So you get some really, really good looks with him. Okay, as you see here, I've got his, classic look of his hands on his belt as he stands there impatiently. And he comes with a nice stand. I'll take this off here. Take him off for a minute. And he will stand on his own. He doesn't really have that much trouble, but it's nicer to have the stand so you don't... And it's your Sideshow stand with this. This comes out and goes in, and it adjusts, and it's a nice cradle stand. And if you see this, it's the Empire logo, and it actually lights up. Turn the lights off real quick so you can see this. As you see, it lights up nicely. Come on. My one light doesn't like to cooperate. And I know it's looking like a pink color here. It's actually a nice red. So, as you see, he comes with a huge variety of accessories. Alright, and we'll start here with this. This is a nice little stand for an extra helmet and mask. Now these are for display only. It's not for... You're not actually going to put them on the Anakin head. I've seen people do it. You can, but you're going to destroy that head if you try to. They're not meant to go on there. The helmeted head that's already on the figure is what you want to use. You don't want to use these. These are for display. And what this is supposed to represent, like his whatever chamber that is that he's in Empire Strikes Back. And this lights up as well. I'm going to turn the lights off again. As you can see, you get a nice red glow off of that. And that really, really is cool. If you see that. That's really cool. Really nice. Turn the lights back on, turn that off. Alright. I'm going to look at the helmet real quick. And what's nice is, you can see the helmet has like scratch marks and things like that in there. This is how it came. This is how it's supposed to be. The helmet is supposed to have some wear and tear on it. Because he's Darth Vader after all. He does a lot of fighting. He does a lot of, you know, cool stuff at times. And we'll take a look at the mask. As you see, look at all that detail on there. Wires, the gold vents, everything up top. And then if we come in, see if I can get one of the lights to shine in there a little better. I'll zoom in on that. You can see all the fantastic detail they have inside. Just look at that. That is a level of detail you don't get in normal figures. I don't care who you are, what you got. You cannot get that kind of detail into a figure. Alright. Next thing we'll look at the Anakin Skywalker head. And this, I'm telling you, look at this. From the mouthpiece and things like that, from the lower part of the helmet, you can see his veins, you can see white splotches in his skin. You start getting into the scarring on the back of his head that goes all the way around. And again, more veins that they painted in. The back of the collar there, all that detail, the buckles and everything. Even the bags under his eyes. Just such a huge attention to detail. And yes, I'll put this on Darth Vader later on. Alright. Move the head. And he comes with two lightsabers. Comes with the unextended one that you see more nice detail, and it's got little metal clasps on it that he has a part on his belt that can loop on and hang. I'll show that off in a minute. And then he comes with the bladed lightsaber. Now this doesn't light up, but it's nice, clear, and it does catch the light really nicely, so for display it really looks nice. Alright. It's really, really good detail they put on this. Fantastic. And as you see, he comes with a large variety of hands. Just a normal gesturing hand. You can pretend he's using the Force. To an open hand. Join me. And he's got a hand here that's made for like gripping his lightsaber loosely. You can put his lightsaber in here. And this is for his left hand. And then he's got the you don't know the power hand. He's got a fist for his left hand. A fist for his right hand if you really want him. He's got a normal pointing hand. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. And then he's got probably one of the most famous gestures Darth Vader will make. The choking hand. You failed me yet again, Admiral. So there you go. Plus he's got the two that are on his that I've got hooked onto his belt. And these are just straight up regular hands. We'll come back up here. Alright, just straight up regular hands that I've got on there. If you come like this, you see there's on his belt, that's where you hook his lightsaber. You take his lightsaber, take a little hook. Come on, cooperate. And there you go. That hooks onto him. Just like that. So as you see, just by changing the hands, you can get a variety of different looks with Darth Vader here. This one just pointing with a fist. Now here is one pose I am really glad he can actually accomplish. What is thy bidding, my master? You can actually get him in the kneeling pose with his hands on his thigh and his head down slightly. That's fantastic right there. All we need now is a hologram of the Emperor right about here. And here you go. He's getting ready to force choke somebody. Probably for letting the rebels escape yet again. Oh yeah. This thing is fantastic. And we'll go over his articulation real quick before I show off his Anakin head. And he's got a nice range of movement in the head. Really a lot of movement in the head. A lot of movement in the shoulders, elbows. He's got rotation everywhere that you need it. You know, wrists, they rotate. They have swivels the way the pegs work. He has movement in his waist a little bit. Thighs go backwards, forwards, out, forward. Nice knee, nice rotation. Ankles move all around. So yeah, you can get some dynamic poses out of him if you really want to. Though Darth Vader was better just being an imposing standing figure. Now he has another light up gimmick. Back here on his belt, there's a switch. Turn that on. I'm going to turn off the lights here so you can actually see this. Put him on a stand so he cooperates a little better. Alright. There we go. Let's come and zoom in. I know it's hard to see, but he's got sequencing blinking lights here. Turn that off. Thank you. You can see there in his chest is these blink in sequence. And then he's also got green lights on either side of his belt here. Really nice touch. Nice touch. And as you see, he holds his lightsaber quite nicely as he's getting ready to duel Obi-Wan Kenobi and turn him into a Force ghost. I just absolutely love this figure. I really do. And here you can see he's Anakin Skywalker head on, holding his own mask, shaking his fist like, "Curse you, fate, for me being stuck like this." And that looks really good if you think about it. That makes a nice display option there. I'm telling you, Sideshow really knocked it out of the park with this figure. Really. If you want to see, we'll come down a little bit here. Come out. If you want to see, here's the Darth Vader head all on its own, all together. It's really nicely done. And even though this doesn't come apart, they still molded in some of the flesh from his neck. And if you look up inside there, I know it's not easy to see. Try to get some light in there. But the back of his head, with the battle damage, is actually molded into there. You can see that in the helmet. That is a fantastic attention to detail that really didn't need to be there, but is there nonetheless. Now if you look at the boxes on his belt, let's see if we can zoom in on this, and hopefully the light's not washing out too much. There is actually, like around the edges, they have it painted up to look like, you know, just the worn edges where the paint's worn off, things like that. It's a nice little attention to detail, nice, really cool look. I took his lightsaber off before so I could pose him. Oh no, we gotta put his lightsaber back. I'll put it on later. Anyway, but you see that even around this right here, there's some of that. It's really nice look that they did with this. Really cool. So I am so happy that I got one of these. This is not a cheap figure, not at all. You are looking at $250 for this figure. This is the most expensive single thing in my collection next to the reissue of Fortress Maximus. He stands a good, 13, 14 inches tall. He's really, really large at this scale. And it's just something that I'm glad that I have. And I highly recommend, if you have the means and you're a fan of Star Wars, you're a fan of Darth Vader, this is really the ultimate figure to have in your collection. I mean, I applaud Sideshow on this. Now, there was an exclusive version. It was very limited, and it came with the severed hand and the wires and stuff from the end of Return of the Jedi. Unfortunately, that sold out really quick, so they don't have any of those anymore. That's why I don't have it. That's fine. Doesn't need it. I mean, the only thing that would be good for is if you're going to display him laying on the ramp of a shuttle dying. You can, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I know this is a little bit of a departure from my normal method of reviewing, where I did a lot of editing and things like that, and showing different poses. But this figure needed something different to show off. So there you go. The Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale Darth Vader. Fantastic figure. Just all around well done. You need it in your collection. I can't recommend it enough. Alright? You guys all be good. Do I even have to say what he would do to you? Do I? Later.